Hey, Funnel Vision readers, if you have action tracking enabled, this video is for you. Earlier this week, Aiden hosted a GTM skill session on how you can implement form tracking inside of Google Tag Manager. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, I will link it above and you can go through and watch it because that video is going to tell you how to conduct the wizardry to do and see on the canvas what I'm about to show you. So as I mentioned, Aiden set up form tracking inside of GTM, and I'm going to show you how we use that data inside Funnelytics in the marketing department. So I'm in my canvas here, and what we're looking at is our survey responses. At Funnelytics, we have two different surveys. The first is for people who are creating a free mapping account, and the second is for people who are booking a call with us. Both forms ask the same questions, and they help us understand who's coming into our world and how we can best help them. The questions we ask are their job level at their organization, whether or not they're an agency or a business, what their annual revenue is, and if they are interested in mapping alone or mapping and also analytics. So as you can see here, at a high level, we look at the type of responses that come in. So we can see where our database is going to skew, if it's more founders and owners, or if it's these high-level execs. And we then look at agency or business, again, to understand like how our messaging should tailor, what type of content we should have. It should be around agencies and supporting them, or businesses and helping them grow. I will side scroll over here. You can see that there is a lot of data on the canvas. So this is just a general overview of the form submit data. But if we go over here and zoom in, we are narrowing our focus in on agencies. So this is saying of the people who answered agency, what was their job level at their organization? Same thing over here for businesses. And if we side scroll, we also look specifically at people who said mapping, what their job level is, and same thing for map and analyze. So there's two different ways we use this data. The first is just as I've shown you, we look at inside the canvas, who is saying what to make sure that our messaging and materials align to support them best throughout the organization. And the second is to actually look at our traffic sources and see which ones are driving our ICP. As for most businesses, we do have an ideal customer profile, and it's who best suits our paid product. We can actually take this data and the new multi-step focus feature and see which of our traffic sources are driving more of our ICP to us. Quick note about multi-step focus, it is and logic, meaning if you select things on the canvas, it's going to say people who are founders and, let me just run through this, founders and agencies and making less than $1 million. So if I were to add anything else, it's and logic. So it only really works if you're looking at specific rules like this. So in this case, this is a perfectly acceptable way to run. I'm going to hit apply filters, and these numbers are going to change to show me how many people meet this criteria from these different traffic sources. So another way to do it, if you have to use or logic, is going to be using this little tag up here that I have. So what we'll do is we'll go into tracking, and Aiden has set this all up for us. Again, if you have any curiosity into how he did it, check out that video above. We can then go through and check it. So this is or logic in the role. So we can say if they are a founder or an individual contributor. We can then go through and look at agency. So agency, in this case, marketing services, yes and no. Yes is agency, no is business. And then we can go through and look at annual revenue. So if we wanted to look at under $1 million and 1 million to 10 million, we can then set it up that way. We will then, I'm going to switch the date range to last week. Okay, and I will also select, click on an element, add to the list, apply. And once this is finished running, it's going to tell me how many people meet this criteria. We'll apply the filters again. There we go. So again, if you have to use or logic, this is the way to do it. If you use and logic, you can do it that way. So overall, this is how we use form submission data at Funnelytics. If you don't have action tracking enabled and you have interest in getting enabled, feel free to comment below or reply to the Funnel Vision email, and I will let you know how you can go about getting action tracking enabled in your Funnelytics canvas. Until next week.